Okay, this how-to video is going to talk about 3D step import and export from the Cadence PCB tools. So that's OrCAD PCB Designer Standard, Professional and the Allegro PCB Designer. So from an import of step, what we can do is we can map step models to our PCB footprints. We can do this in a board file by just doing setup step package mapping. And what this does is allows us to pick the PCB footprint, pick the step model. The path or the location of the step models is controlled by step path. So if we go to setup, user preferences, paths and library, there's a step path location where we can effectively pick the directory where we put our step models. You can also do that in a DRS file in your package symbol, and that would be how you would associate a step model to your PCB footprint. If I have a mechanical symbol that I want to associate to the board, I can do this from setup step package mapping inside the board file. There's an option here to say add mech, so I could say step 3D mech cover, for example, or give it a different name to cover. And then once I've got that step 3D mech cover 1, I can then effectively pick a step model and associate it to that, and that would allow me to effectively step or import a mechanical item into the design. From an export point of view, I've got a couple of options here. I can either do the export from the export menu, so inside PCB Editor, export MCAD step, pick the items that I want, and this would allow me to effectively do step models, all the step models, mechanical parts or mechanical holes, electrical pins, and internal and external copper if I wish. Obviously, if I start to enable these, I will get a larger design file that gets exported. The other option is actually do this from inside the 3D canvas. So if we go to launch the 3D canvas, so once the 3D canvas is launched, what I can do is I can literally just go File and Export, and then I've got some options here, so I can change the drop down, lots of different export options here, so I can do things like step, a 2D PDF, a 3D PDF, an IGES file if I wanted to. So I can export the step model that way. The advantage of doing it inside the 3D canvas is say I wanted to restrict the items that go out. So maybe what I wanted to do is I wanted to I don't want my cover or my DIM module to be exported out. In fact, what I can do is let's just say let's turn off all the components and then pick the key parts that I'm interested in. So maybe I'm only interested in one of the plugs and some of the connectors and a few of the ICs. So pick the items that I want to export and then use the file export, pick the step model that I want to create, and then that would just export a step model of what's displayed on the canvas.